Hello, 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 everyone. How are y'all doing? Hope you're doing very well. So I'd hop on here, do a little live stream. Finally made it to the weekend. Very long, exhausting week at work. Wasn't bad, it was just took a lot out of me, that's all. Thank you very much for everybody who is considering joining me on this fine Saturday. What's today's date? November 7th, 2020. It is, let's see what time it is here, 11:19 a.m. here in the gorgeous state of South Carolina. Go ahead and switch my camera, as you can see. Blue sky, pretty nice weather. So far, so good. So good weekend, shaping up to be a good weekend so far. Already got 6 people in here. Wow, thank you very much to all 6 of you for joining. I wholeheartedly appreciate it. First message is from Kai. Says, how do you feel about the outcome of the elections? Well, I don't think there has been an outcome yet, from what I understand. I haven't really been following super closely. I spent like maybe the first like day and a half, like election night, and then like half of the following day, like constantly like refreshing my phone and checking Twitter feeds and this and that. And then I just quickly crashed and burned out on it. So at this point, it's just like, you know, no amount of me, you know, meticulously checking over every piece of information that I can is going to change the outcome of anything. So I'm just waiting to see what happens, just like everybody else. So that's what's up. AR77 says, hello, how you been? I've been doing really well. Thank you for joining. Feel free to ask me any chemistry questions that you want, or bring up any chemistry topics that you want to bring up. Not the biggest fan of politics, so I'm really not inclined to discuss political questions at length, at least now. Maybe when things sort of fizzle out a little bit. Because we all have those kind of friends, right? We all have those friends, or at least acquaintances, or people on social media that we've known in the past, or maybe still follow to this day, who regularly, routinely post their political opinions on things, you know, articles, and oh, look, this article, this is evil, and oh, look, this is bad, and or this, hey, this is good, this is a good step in the right direction, this and that. Mostly it's negativity. And if you were able to like track me down, if you were able to locate my, you know, personal like Facebook profile, for instance, Facebook's the one that I use the most for like, you know, like personal things, like staying in touch with family and friends and stuff like that. If you were to track down my personal Facebook profile, you would very clearly see that I am not one of those people. I mean, politics is a very, very, very small part of my life. I don't really make everything about politics. If you look through my bunch of people on motorcycles, yes, we know that you're there. Awesome. I hope you didn't hear that too much. I'm sure you probably heard it, but hopefully it wasn't too loud for you. But yeah, I'm just not one of those people who's just constantly, you know, bringing up political stuff. But okay, a couple of messages, borderline spam from Shweta Sina. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Saying, hey, and then bro, please reply. Well, consider this the reply. Hello to you. Thank you so much for joining my stream. I wholeheartedly appreciate it. I've got my 2 lovely daughters with me. There's daughter number 2, and there is daughter number 1. We are just having a good time at the park. Later today, we are going to head over to the Charlotte airport. It's about 2 hours away from here, a little over 2 hours away from here. I'm gonna pack up the kids, head to the airport, and pick up my wife. She's been out of town this entire week on a business trip. She flew to Pensacola, Florida from Charlotte. Now she's sort of on her way back. I don't know if her first flight, she's taken 2 flights, one to Atlanta and then one to Charlotte. I can't remember. I'd have to look at her itinerary to know for sure, but I don't know if she's already in the air or not. I think she might be. I don't know. But at any rate, I'm very, very excited to see her again. I'm sure our daughters are very, very excited. At least the 2-year-old. The 1-month-old doesn't really know what's going on. But anyway, so I'll read the latest chat messages. AR77 says, "Can you please explain Hall-Héroult process?" You know, I'm going to confess something. I don't like saying things like this, but I don't know what that is. I'm definitely going to look it up now So I appreciate your patience. I apologize, but I just don't know what that is. So you've piqued my curiosity, and now I'm going to look it up. So thank you for your question, but sadly I can't really answer it without just confessing that I don't know what you're talking about. But if you bear with me, maybe join me for my next live stream. Hopefully by then I will have looked it up and digested it to a certain degree. R. Sugor says, was just watching your ideal gas laws today this morning. They are so helpful. Thank you so much for putting a lot of effort in posting them. You're definitely helping us out. Mwah, thank you so much. It really means a lot to hear that kind of feedback. It just kind of puts the wind in my sails, makes me want to keep going. I do have another video just around the corner. Finally, because this whole week that my wife's been out of town, my in-laws have been staying with me to help with the kids and to help with house projects and things like that. And they finally left town today. So where I'm going with this is my in-laws were sleeping in the room that I use to shoot my videos. So it's been very challenging. I haven't really, that combined with the fact that I have, been getting maybe like 4 hours of sleep every night, and I got a full-time job, it just kind of wears me down, doesn't really exactly put me in the mood to upload. But now that they're gone, I built my studio back, and I'm gonna do 2 videos, hopefully 2 videos, definitely 1 video this weekend. The first is gonna be balancing a oxidation reduction reaction, a redox reaction, balancing an equation in acidic solution, and then the following video will be balancing a redox equation in basic solution. So keep your eyes peeled for that. If you're interested, I would certainly appreciate your feedback on those 2 videos once they are uploaded. So a couple more messages. Mohammed Subservient says, hi. Hello, Mohammed. I think I recognize your name. Welcome back. Shweta says, it's in the IIT-JEE syllabus. And hang on a second. My daughter's about to venture off into territory where she doesn't belong right now. Brenna, we got to go. We can't interrupt their game. We have to go. We have to go this way. Look at all that playground equipment. Look at it all. There's slides, there's swings. There's a dinosaur. I mean, come on. All right, got her back on track. Sorry for the interruption. Gonna have to do a lot of multitasking when you're a parent. This is like a really dark angle. The sun's right behind me. Brenna, I don't think we're invited to this party. Now she's trying to crash a party. Yeah, I don't think we're on the guest list, baby girl. Let's go. Let's go. You had yours a couple months ago. Wasn't as big as this, but all right. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so Mohammed says hi. Okay, I already went through that. AR77 says it's a stepwise procedure for extraction of aluminum. Okay, yeah, it's funny because like in my general chemistry classes, we never really went through like metals and metallurgy all that much. We actually not at all. So I'll have to look into it and I'll get back to you, promise. Mohammed says, could you explain enthalpy change of solution, please? Yeah, I could explain that. So basically, you have basically three thermodynamic processes going on whenever you dissolve a solute, which is the minority component, into a solvent, which is the majority component, like water, of a solution. And your solute particles or molecules have to break apart. Some of your solvent particles have to break apart, and then the solute and solvent particles basically have to come together, where you basically have each solute particle sort of surrounded by solvent particles, dissolved, as it were. And the heat of solution is basically just the enthalpy change associated with that process. So anyway, so yeah, sometimes you'll have like a very exothermic heated solution. For instance, if you dissolve sodium hydroxide into water, right, it'll get really warm. That represents did I say endothermic? I meant exothermic. Exothermic heated solution, when you dissolve something like sodium hydroxide into water, you can feel it getting warm. Or if you have something like ammonium nitrate or ammonium chloride, you dissolve that in water, it'll get really cold. That would represent an endothermic heat of solution. And I believe I have a video on heat of solution. I'm not sure though. I'm pretty sure I do. I'll see if I can grab the link for you at some point. Not going to be in this stream because I'm just I'm too busy with the kids and everything. But thank you for your question. So Shweta says, hey, you teach for which exam? I don't teach for particular exams. I just teach concepts, just chemistry concepts, and you can apply those concepts to any exam that has chemistry questions in it. Brandon says, any tips for breaking down the vast amount of information in chemistry textbooks? That's a good question. I would say, you know, I don't know. I think it's important to like take a little bit of a bite like every day instead of like, you know, going like 5 or 7 days without studying and then cramming a bunch all at once. You know, it's like the analogy that's coming to mind for me is like if you have, let's say, a fire, right, and you're trying to keep the fire alive. Excuse me. You're trying to keep the fire going, right? You want to you want to throw like one log on that fire at a time and let the fire start to burn each subsequent log. You don't want to just throw like a huge pile of firewood on the fire all at once, right? So just take little bites at a time. Do your practice problems. Where do you want to go? Do you want to go on the swing? What do you want to do? Brenna is hugging me right now. What do you want to do, baby girl? Do you want to go on the swing? Do you want the swing? Sorry, guys. Baby girl. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Switch it back to me. Come on. We can go swing. It's okay. I'm gonna grab her real quick. There she goes. Whoops, power bank fell down. Oh, this is a lot harder than it looks, let me tell you. Dealing with 2 kids. Sorry, thanks for staying with me. I know a lot of people just left because it was kind of getting boring, but I'm almost back to the point where I can answer questions again. Just gotta push her on the swing a little bit. And live streaming, like, you'd think it would be easy, but live streaming is not easy. There's like so much going on. There's like so much things that you have to do, multitasking all at the same time. Not easy at all. Okay, a couple more things to, wow, there's a lot of messages I'm kind of behind on. AR77 says, I remember Charlotte got a balloon last week. That was actually Brenna. Charlotte is this one right here. Brenna is this one right here. So yeah, Brenna had a balloon and she lost it and it floated away and she was really upset, but you know, she got over it. She's good now. Excuse me. R. Sugor says, what's the difference between general chemistry and physical chemistry? Physical chemistry is like much more advanced. It's much more detailed. It involves a lot more mathematics, equations, derivations, calculus, and all the rest of it. Okay, baby girl, I know. Let's see. Something about somebody sent me a message about the trick-or-treaters. Yeah, maybe that message was deleted. I'm having trouble finding it. Oh, okay, yeah. Adavut Jadawar says, really disappointed in your trick-or-treat setup. Yeah, I'm very disappointed too. I was planning on scaring trick-or-treaters with sulfur hexafluoride, but it did not work out because I didn't get any trick-or-treaters. Very, very disappointed. So, it is what it is. I mean, hopefully next year. Yeah, I think it's mostly because of like COVID-related stuff. People don't want to go out. People are scared to go out. But, you know, there's always next year. I'll still have my tank. So, let's see. Kaylee says, hello, Ben. Hello, baby. Hello, right back at you, Kaylee. Thank you for joining. Man, these Saturday streams, these weekend daytime streams seem like they have a lot more participation, a lot more viewers. Sorry. I'll put this on my shirt. All right. It's okay, baby girl. It's okay. She's a little bit upset right now. A lot going on. Whee! All right, let's open up some more chat. It's okay. It's okay. Don't let my struggles with my children deter you from becoming parents, it's great. Trust me, it is good. There's a lot of struggles, but it is so worth it. Let me just tell you that. All right. Whee! I mean, just look at this. Just look at this. Isn't she beautiful?
Alan, what are you doing?
Anyway, looks like my concurrent viewer count dropped all the way to 3. Sorry, I'm a little lacking in entertainment quality trying to juggle dealing with my children while streaming. Okay, people are saying about how they're from India, it's nighttime and this and that. Very cool. By the way, thank you guys all for joining. Really, really appreciate it. If you guys have any more questions or anything like that, happy to answer them. Or if there's any topic you want to bring up, happy to talk about it too. So, excuse me for a second. I'm just going to grab my daughter and out of the swing. All right, Brenda, let's go ride a slide. You want to take a slide or you want to keep swinging? Okay, let's go. All right, good job. Oh man, I am outnumbered. I tell you, I just lost my train of thought. That's how sleep deprived I am. I have at least how many more hours? Like at least 5 more hours until I arrive at Charlotte and pick up my wife from the airport. So until then, I am outnumbered 2 to 1, 3 to 1 if you include the dog, but he's pretty low maintenance. So all you gotta do is just keep him fed, keep his water bowl full, and he's good to go. To those of you who just hopped in here, welcome. Kaylee says that's what babies do, so no worries. Thank you for understanding, Kaylee. I appreciate that. And then Kaylee says, yes, because the baby fever I already had wasn't intense enough. Yeah, baby fever is a real thing. And, you know, because for the longest time, my wife and I were both like, you know, I don't want to have a baby for like at least 10 years. And I don't want to have kids. It's going to ruin my life and blah, 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 blah. Like, we were real like anti-kid for, you know, we always knew that eventually we'd want kids, but we were pretty anti-kid for a long time. And then seemingly like overnight, all of a sudden it was like, my wife was like, I need a baby. Like, I just need a baby, you know? So it happens pretty quickly to women, I would say. Not all women, of course, but you know, it's kind of like it's instinct, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. Let's see. Yuvraj Singh says, hey, hello, Mr. Singh. Thank you for joining my stream, appreciate it. Kai asks, what breed is your dog? Good question. He is a Black Lab Golden Retriever mix, and he's 6 years old. I know you didn't ask the age, but I thought I'd tell you anyway. Oh, wow. So, yep. He is an interesting dog. He's a puppy at heart. Even though he's 6 years old, he still like, gets super, super excitable, and he sprints all over the place. He's a 6-year-old puppy. But he's definitely showing his age. He's got the gray around his face, and you know, he's definitely showing his age. Every now and again, I'll look at him and I'll think, man, you know, hopefully we'll get you for at least another 6 years, but it's going to be a sad day when we have to say goodbye. I know it's kind of messed up to be thinking about mortality, but you know, it's not a bad idea to think about mortality occasionally, because I think thinking about it occasionally, you know, sort of makes life more rich, more wonderful, to understand that, you know, eventually everything's going to be gone, at least here on Earth, but, you know. Kaylee says, it's so true. We have always been set on adopting, and now when I walk past the baby clothes and Target, some kind of black magic happens. I lose my mind. Yeah, yeah. Biology is a very, very powerful thing. And there's a reason, a deep-seated evolutionary biological reason why people want to have their own children rather than to adopt. By the way, adoption is a very noble, very commendable thing to do. I applaud anybody who wants to adopt, whether they are, you know, fertile or not. But me personally, it's just my own personal thing. Unless I was infertile or my wife was infertile, I wouldn't see doing it any other way. I couldn't see doing it any other way other than having my own children. I sure as hell would never date a, if I was like a single guy, I sure as hell wouldn't date a single mom. I wouldn't date somebody who already has a kid. I don't want to have to raise another man's kid. And I say that, you know, with sympathy for the situation because, you know, I obviously there are stepdads out there who can be a positive influence on the kid's life, but nah, I wouldn't do it. Not for me. That's a really, really, really challenging situation to basically force a relationship with a kid. I mean, it depends on how old they are. The older they are, the more difficult it is. Like if they're like a preteen and you just kind of swoop in on this relationship, that's tough. Very, very tough. But for those, you know, for those stepdads out there who do a good job, I mean, I salute them. Good for them. Anyway, I'm getting a little off topic here. Any chemistry questions that you have would be welcome. AR77 says, seems quite hot and humid there. No, there's actually a pretty nice cool breeze and the humidity is not too bad either. It can get very hot and very humid here. I'm in South Carolina, but I'm coming from Florida. So like Florida, the whole state is like one big swamp. So I was born and raised and lived the first 3 decades of my life in extreme heat and humidity, pretty much around the whole calendar, like around the whole year. So up here, it's not nearly as bad. Up here, we actually have like a reasonably cool winter, which I'm definitely going to welcome. Oh, there you go. What are you doing, baby girl? Sorry, I'm watching my daughter attempt to climb a slide. Very exciting stuff. If at first you don't succeed, try again, baby girl. But anyway. So what else is going on with you guys? I'd love to know what is going on. I'm going to show you the...
When you fall and get hurt, I don't want you to start crying.
This is the climb right here. She's not giving up just yet, folks. She's on her way. She sees the finish line. She stops to look over there and see what's going on. Oh, she refocused her attention back on the climb. And she's going. She's going to make it. Oh, no! Oh, she was so close, and now she's upset. I tried to help her to the top, but then her legs just kind of gave out, and she slid down. I wasn't going to force it. Hello. So, anyway. Here, I'll put the camera back on me. I'm sure you guys just don't want to look at my daughter all day long. Helping you climb. Yep, you're going to make it. There she goes. Good job. Yay. Oh, you made it all the way up. Good for you. Didn't get it on camera, but it's all good. You know, and I know that you made it. Oh, let's see. In the chat. Nothing in the chat. All right, well, you guys just want to keep watching. That's cool, I guess. But anyway. Trying to think of what else is going on around here. Not a whole lot, really. Just working. My shower project is finally done. My father-in-law helped me fix it. Maybe I'll, because a few months ago I uploaded a couple of videos of me working on my shower project, like from the very beginning. Well, not from the very beginning, but from pretty much after I ripped the old shower out. You know, installing the plumbing and things like that. I did a couple of videos about that, and then, you know, they weren't getting any views, nor should they, because I'm a chemistry channel, so people don't want to see a chemistry guy soldering pipes. But at long last, that project is finally done. It's a nice, beautiful subway tile shower with a glass mosaic strip. It's got a recessed shelf in it, like a little niche in there for shampoo bottles. It's got a glass sliding door, and it's all brushed nickel, like brushed nickel shower head, brushed nickel, you know, trim for the door. Everything is beautiful. It's just a great. I took my first shower in there this morning. I've lived in this house for almost like over a year now. I've lived in this house over a year, and I've never used this shower before because it was really gross beforehand. So I sure as hell didn't want to take a shower in it before. But now it looks beautiful. Oh, she's going face down now. Oh boy, there she goes. Oh, okay. Kaylee says, I'm going to clean house today and finish my homework tomorrow. I'm traveling to West Virginia to visit my grandmother in the nursing home. Oh, okay. Well, good luck in your travels. I hope everything is going well with your grandmother and indeed with all of your family. And I hope you have a safe trip. Let's see. somebody asked me a chemistry question, which I love. Vince Sanity. Your name looks familiar to me, Vince Sanity. Welcome back. I appreciate you joining me. Your question is, what do you think is the hardest topic in organic chemistry? I would say there are two of them. I'm just trying to think about this. So I would say there are two pretty challenging topics. One of them is stereochemistry. When you're trying to identify whether you have the R or the S enantiomer of a compound that is chiral. Hopefully I didn't lose everybody using all that chemistry jargon, but you have to assign what are called Kohn-Ingold pre-log priorities to each of the substituents that are bound to a tetravalent carbon atom. And then once you assign those priorities, you have to basically imagine that the molecule is turned such that the substituent of lowest Kohn-Ingold pre-log priority is in the back. And if that's in the back and the level of decreasing from 1 to 2 to 3 priority goes in a clockwise, well, this might look counterclockwise to you because I'm filming myself, but if it's in a clockwise pattern, then you have the R enantiomer, and if it's in a counterclockwise pattern, then you have the S enantiomer. And that can be pretty difficult to do. I mean, you're trying to visualize, rotating a three-dimensional molecule when all you see is a 2D sort of image on a sheet of paper, and that can be pretty challenging. I know it was for me. And then the other, I would say, is spectroscopy. Spectroscopy is pretty difficult. Especially like things like NMR, nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy, being able to look at an NMR spectrum and try to figure out what the molecule is, that can be pretty hard. AR77 says, can you give some insight on carboxyl compounds? Do you mean carbonyl compounds? I'm not sure what you mean. If you could provide some clarity on that question, I appreciate it. What else? Let's see. Ibrahim Iftikhar says, I hate being political and all, but Biden won. I don't know. I really haven't been following. I basically the way I sort of saw things happening was, Trump had like a 6-figure lead in all these key swing states Tuesday night, and then the counting stopped for 4 hours. And then after that 4-hour period of no counting resumed, during which Biden started to take like this really, really high percentage of all the incoming votes. There was something in Michigan that I saw that was like 100,000 votes overnight, none of which were for any other candidate other than Biden. So I thought that was a little interesting, to say the least. They're taking it to court, and like all this stuff. Like, I just don't know what's going on really. Hopefully the court system does what it's supposed to do, and they get to the bottom of everything. And if there's no fraud, or if there's a negligible amount of fraud that wouldn't turn the election one way or another, then or if there is, and hopefully they'll just get to the bottom of it, and hopefully there's not some corrupt thing going on there too. People are always corruptible, so who knows? But hopefully the system works as it's intended to work. But yeah, like I said, I'm just not a very political kind of guy. And I followed it for like a day and a half, and then I just burned out on it. So I did hear something this morning, though. I heard this morning that the Las Vegas odds makers have now shifted it so that Trump is now favored. Based on what? I have no idea what information those Vegas odds makers have access to, but that's just what I heard. I don't even know if it's a fact. It's just what I heard. So anyway, yeah. So a couple other comments, going back to chemistry now. I really don't want to make this all about politics because I hate politics, but Vanity says, I agree that stereochemistry was definitely tough. No other class requires you to sharpen your visualization skills like that, even multivariable calc. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that. Brenna, the playground's this way. Let's go. Kaylee says, I agree. In statics and strengths of materials, it took some getting used to orient myself where the forces are and which direction that they go. Okay, I guess somebody was talking about statics. Yeah, I don't know anything about statics. I didn't have to take it. Kaylee says, my favorite meme out of all of this is that Kanye won Nevada and they don't know how to tell us. That would be a historical moment. That would be very interesting. Very, very interesting. But yeah, it's a sticky situation. if you look at my social media accounts, I haven't really been weighing in on it. A lot of people that I know have, and I've unfollowed pretty much all of them because I'm sick of hearing about it, to tell you the truth. But it's a sticky situation because it's like whichever side wins, the other one is going to, not accept the result or, accuse the winner of cheating and this and that. And, we've seen that. We've seen the loser accuse the winner of cheating over the last 4 years with this Russia stuff, which seems to have actually precipitated in any concrete evidence, from what I understand. It's just from what I understand. I don't know if, but like I said, I don't follow these things very, very closely. So I really don't know. Also, this isn't the kind of, I don't run the type of channel where I'm trying to like influence people or sway them toward one direction or another. If there's anything that I'd like to influence people to do, it would be to think for yourself, and apply principle to every position that you take, every issue that there might be. Just have a principle instead of just some ideology is what I would, if I had to impart any advice or anything like that, that would be it. So, okay. Katakam Pragathi says, "Sir, what is meant by electrovalency? Do you mean electrovalency?" I've never heard that term before. So I don't know, but I'll look into it. I'll watch this video when it gets uploaded, and I'll write down all the things that I've been stumped on, and I'll look into it, and hopefully I can discuss it in either the next or the following live stream. That'd be cool. AR77 says, "I meant carboxylic acids." I don't know a whole lot about carboxylic acids other than, they all have that, carbonyl C double bond O thing that's attached to a hydroxyl group. So like the COOOH group, the moiety or whatever you want to call it. I also know that carboxylic acids tend to hydrogen bond with one another to form dimers. So you'll see that a lot. Acetic acid is like one of the simplest carboxylic acids, or formic acid. They tend to be weak acids. And then I think, there you also have like fatty acids, like, lipids that have carboxylic acid, like long chain carboxylic acid groups. Those are the fatty acids. So I don't know, like whenever I get a question, I'm not trying to talk down to anybody, but whenever I get a question like that, what's your thought on alcohols? It's like, what's your thought on alkyl halides? What is your opinion on acid anhydrides or acid chlorides? It's like, I don't know how to answer that. Could you explain thiols? It's like, I don't know. Like, I don't, unless there's like a specific question, like with a very specific, angle to it. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't know how to answer it. I mean, I can start spitting out a couple of things that I know about them, but other than that, like, that's the best I can do. So, again, not trying to talk shit, but let's see. Ooh, my phone's still at 75% battery. That's cool. I thought this was going to drain my battery, but so far so good. What's going on? Let's see. Maybe the girl. My daughter is climbing up some stairs right now, trying to make sure she doesn't fall backwards. It's always a lingering fear that's in my head, is that she's going to fall backwards. What else do we have? Yeah, electrovalency. That's a good question. I don't know what that means. It sounds like a term that I should know, but I don't know what it means. I've never seen it in any general organic, physical, analytical, biochem or inorganic chem textbook. Doesn't mean it's not there. It just means that, for whatever reason, I never studied it. I was never exposed to it when I went to college. But I will, I'll watch this video when it gets uploaded, and I'll write down all of the, the terms that people have asked me about that I don't know, and I will learn. I think finding the answers in life is just as important as knowing them, if not more important. Sometimes it's about the journey, not the destination. Remember that. Anyway, so, all right, 34 minutes in. Pretty good participation so far, at least compared to my other streams. So I do appreciate your participation, and I am now 34 minutes in, and I have yet to to plug the fact that I have super chats enabled. So a short time ago, maybe a month or so ago, I started enabling super chats for the first time. For those of you who don't know what a super chat is, it is a chat message that you attach to a monetary donation, and that chat message gets pinned to the top of the chat window in a nice, beautiful color for a duration of time that is proportional to the amount of money donated. So, for instance, the more money that you donate along with your super chat, the longer your super chat message stays at the top of the chat window. Obviously, it's not super necessary because I don't have a really fast moving chat, at least not yet. But it is a nice way to monetarily show your support for the channel. And with the holiday season coming up, you know, we got bills, so and I don't make a ton of money. So if anybody is interested in sending one, it would be very welcome. And if not, that's cool too. Just the fact that you're here and participating is plenty of support enough. Nobody is obligated to send super chats, but you are welcome to do it if you are in the mood. All right, so sales pitch over. We can get back to reading the chat. Okay, so hey, Kata Kim says, super, sir, learn fast. Did you just give me a command? I'm offering to help you and you're like, learn fast, like get to work. I don't know, maybe I'm reading that wrong. I just thought that was really funny. Anyway, Kaylee says, what was the thing you were most surprised by that your general chemistry class withheld? That's a good question about the general chemistry. Brenna, watch out. You're gonna walk into a, watch out. Sorry, let me change this. Brenna, don't get in the way. You gotta stay in your lane, baby girl.
Mom.
Let's see. I'll change it back. You know, my experience. So I've said this before, but I studied chemistry at the University of Central Florida, which is in Orlando, Florida, right? And you know, I don't know if this is representative of chemistry programs, chemistry departments all over the country or the world or whatever, but in my own little anecdotal experience, I learned a lot, right? I learned a lot of chemistry. I learned, you know, relationships, you know, equations, and you know, how to solve things, and you know, how to think critically, solving these problems and stuff like that. And I got to do a lot of experiments. The one thing I didn't learn was how to make money doing any of it. You know, the chemistry department at my university didn't really have like any kind of affirmative effort. There was no like program. There was no like, this is how you tailor your resume. This is how you connect with employers. They didn't have any like, you know, chemistry specific job fairs. I mean, they had like general job fairs, but like nobody at those job fairs, like no employers were like hiring chemists. So that's like really the biggest criticism that I have, is that like, you know, maybe not the general chemistry class specifically, but like my chemistry course, you know, or just my chemistry experience in college, like the chemistry program in college just didn't really seem to give a shit about where you ended up on the other side. They just wanted to like take your money, teach you some chemistry, you know, take your tuition money, teach you some chemistry, and then send you on your way. And it's like, good luck, you know. So if anybody is in like high school or considering studying chemistry or whatever, you know, and you have the experience that I had, just understand that you are going to be in a position where it is on you, you know, to figure out, you know, how to connect with employers and how to do all that kind of stuff. So, okay, my daughter's doing something pretty dangerous. Did you climb all the way up? Oh, now you're trying to climb down? What are you doing? What are you doing? Here, take my hand. Okay, I might have to, this is really dangerous right now. I might have to put you down. I might have to put the string down. Here, baby girl. This is like, oh my God, I'm actually kind of sketched out right now. I'm like connected to all these cables though, so it's not as easy as just putting it down. All right, let me see if I can get her. Sit right there, I'm gonna step down. Oh, okay. All right, sorry about that, guys. It is so much harder to keep up with my baby and do a live stream at the same time when I have another baby strapped to my chest. I'll tell you that. Oh my God, we have our first super chat message of the day. Wow. It's from Cole Mooney. Hello, Cole. don't think I've seen you in here before, but welcome to my stream. It says, from a struggling chemical engineering major, thank you for reminding me it's about the journey, not the destination. I needed that. Yeah, yeah, good call, man, because I think you're going to look on your time struggling in college with, you know, you're going to be glad that you're not doing it anymore, but you're also going to look back on it with some fondness, you know, especially like, it's like before you have the kids and, you know, before you're sort of struggling in other ways. It's like, yeah, no, that really wasn't too bad. So thank you. Thank you for your super chat. All right, Brenna, we got to go. We got to come down. We're holding up the line here. Come on, baby girl. Let's go. Let's go this way. There we go. Okay. But yeah, thank you for that super chat, man. It means the world. And I'm sure you don't really need my content anymore now that you're studying chemical engineering. It's much more advanced than anything that I teach, or probably more advanced than anything that I know. Chemical engineering is some pretty crazy stuff. So I salute you, sir. And I'm sure you're going to do very well. I'm sure you're going to make, you probably, when you graduate college, you're probably going to make more money than I do now. So, so congratulations to your future success and also your current success. And I hope that while you were in the early stages of studying and taking general chemistry, that you found my content helpful. Hopefully you did. But one can only hope. Man, my daughter is like deciding to climb the most dangerous part of the playground right now, and it is freaking me out. Let me just tell you that. Brenna, can we play on something else, please? This is really sketching your dad out. Okay, come on. Here, pick up your acorn and let's go. Oh.
Yay.
Okay, I'll hold on to your acorn and we can go. Let's go. Up, 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 up. Oh, now my second born's starting to cry now too. I'm outnumbered, guys. I'm outnumbered. Brenna, let's go to the other part of the park, please. I might have to end the stream early because it is getting crazy. 42 minutes in. I think I've gotten good participation so far. Yeah, now, I mean, look at her. She's like climbing. This is like the big kids part of the park. This is like the more advanced sort of stuff that a toddler such as my daughter could easily get, you know, fall down and get hurt on. But most of the time I'm inclined to say, yeah, you know, let her do her thing. If she gets hurt, whatever. But especially since my wife's out of town, probably on a plane right now, and I'm the only lifeline that my daughters have, I'm being extra cautious, trying to make sure nobody gets injured. The last thing I want is for her to get injured on my watch. That would be, oh my God, that would just be devastating. I would feel like such a failure as a dad.
Do not touch it. You have to touch it if you want to touch.
Brenna, be careful. Oh my goodness. Says, sir, do you know Beatles? Yeah, I know a few Beatles tunes. Great band. Well, I know a lot of people think they're the greatest band of all time. I was never a huge fan of them, but I like the music. Yeah. I don't hate the Beatles. Oh, nope, she's going back to the dangerous part. Just so you're aware, this is what I'm looking at right here. So there's my daughter. There's a steep little thing all the way down, and I'm trying to make sure she doesn't fall forward and bash her face, while at the same time trying to make sure my daughter on my chest is good too. I'm trying to be lighthearted about it, but dude, this is a challenge right now. Oh my goodness. It's been a little while since my 1-month-old had a bottle, so I think that's really going to be the determinant in me ending the stream, is to, you know, daughter needs to be fed, and that is pretty much impossible to do without both of my hands. So, see in this chat. Katacam says, you are from which country, sir? I am from the United States. Oh, AR-77 answered it for me. Yep, I'm from the United States of America. Switch the camera back to me. Thank you guys for all your patience. I've been doing my best to answer your guys' questions, but and watch my daughters at the same time. And that's kind of what, you know, like I've been doing these live streams. I haven't been uploading a lot because I have to multitask. You know, my free time is so limited that I basically just have to, you know, do some content with you guys while I'm already doing, you know, stuff that I'm already doing, like being a dad, which takes a lot of time and energy. So, move. All right, guys. So I think I'm gonna have to tap out on this one and just end the stream. But thank you guys so much for joining. I wholeheartedly appreciate it. If you haven't already followed me on the if you haven't already followed me on other social media platforms, I have Facebook, I have Instagram, I have Twitter, and I have a Discord server. You can find the links to all of those on my YouTube channel page. That's youtube.com/BenSkenVideos. If you look at the channel banner at the top of the page, bottom right-hand corner of it, you'll find little icons. Those are links to my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Discord. I look forward to seeing you guys there, and I look forward to bringing you my next video, which is going to be about balancing a redox equation in acidic solution. So keep your eyes peeled for that, and all right. And thanks again, Cole, for the super chat. All right, take care, guys. Bye.